Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
मम्मा यहाँ पे बहुत क्लाउड हो गया लेकिन सुबह ही है शाम कैमरा ऑफ लेकिन
Happy evening all. This is Bhuvna here. You are being invited here for this meeting by your friends, relatives or neighbors. But definitely I could say you that you will thank them for inviting you for this meeting. This session takes an hour and it's going to give you a clear view or knowledge about this new technology which is being accepted in worldwide. It's my pleasure to introduce a women entrepreneur being a managing director in event management. In a very short span of time, she get adapted with this technology. Now she's here to brief you all with a new technology. And I could assure you that you'll spend a valuable time with us. I now invite Mrs. Reshmi on behalf of you all. Welcome, ma'am. The floor is officially handed over to you to equip us with your knowledge. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Bona. Bona, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, ma'am.
Has the screen been shared? Yeah, you been able to see?
Yeah, it has been shared. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to one and all for the beautiful session. It's a happy day for every one of us. I could see every one of you on the screen like there's a door called opportunity right in front of you. I'm sure you'd be thinking why this opportunity is knocking at your doors, right? So before any opportunity is knocking at your door and you say no or else, it's our duty to know what it is. It's very essential to know what the opportunity is actually and whether it suits us and how feasible is it to us today in this market. So it takes me a pleasure to start with Warren Buffett's one beautiful quote, which I love a most. The best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you will earn. From the childhood till the last breath of your life, it's always a day you learn something. And it is definitely going to be useful to us at some point of our life for sure. So even today's session is going to be a complete knowledge share and nothing about the product. Today we call this as the most trending technology business seminar because it's the most in trend. If someone isn't regular with economic times in our India, then they would definitely see a lot of news coming around about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. So today we are going to talk about the same. I value all of your time, my dear friends. Time is money, and it's really time to focus on our passive income. The second, another income. I'm damn sure whoever is attending here is already earning in some or the other means, either in the business or as an employee. But if you just look in our future, is this income sufficient to us? Then we all say no. Never the money is more to us, right? It's always the day that we really spend our time to earn something more. So this is here also, we share the knowledge which would help you in future to earn more. For that, let me give a few things. A predictive analytics. Don't get worried, my dear friends. I'm not going to take any economics class. It's just about few things which has been we have all passed through. If you just look into our ancestors, what was the common thing that they always invested or they always holded the money with? It's none other than gold, right? From our grandparents, it was the gold which always they have invested or saved for their future, not just for their own future, but also for their kids and kins or upcoming future life, right? If we just look in around 25 years before or 30 years before, what was the best thing which has given a yield at 10 years before, which was being invested around 30 years back? Let me put on, like if now we are in 2020, if I say somewhere in 90s, our parents or our grandparents had given put some investments and that has given a big yield by 2000. What was that? I'm sure you have got the answer. It's none other than real estate. Because real estate was one of the booming industry. Why was that? It is very simple because the population was growing. As the population was growing, definitely the real estate field was also growing. The next another market, if around 15 years back, if we just put on, what was the market which we have invested and got a very good returns? Most of you could be a part of this share market. Right, my dear friends? I'm sure many of them would really think e-shares are really a good option to invest. Friends, it's really a good option to invest if you decide the exit point. People tend to make a loss in share market just because they can't see a graph falling down. Whenever we enter a share market, it is to be decided when to be exit. That means what is the rate that we really want to exit. You should have patience, a lot of patience when you are working on share markets. So any other field which you have seen a person who has not invested even one single penny, but still had made a very good profits. Anything as such? A very common thing are insurance agents. In India, if you just look in, the LIC insurance agents had really made a very good amounts every year commission where they earn lakhs together. There are people who are earning per month more than 10 lakhs as in commission. What are they doing here? Are they investing money? No. Rather, they are investing their knowledge and time. It really makes a lot of sense when you are investing your time and knowledge in a proper direction where you can get a very good returns. If you just look back during 2000s, what was the best field that people which we wanted our kids or ourselves to go in? It was none other than in computer fields. Every one of us want to really learn computer or do something in computers, either hardware side, software, sales, marketing, everything which is connected with computers. Why was that? Because that was the most booming industry to the next era. And similarly, around 5 years back, if you just run back, What was that which was really making a lot of noise in the market? Android apps. People used to learn how to develop apps and really made a good money. Can you just name few which we all commonly use? Google, Amazon, Flipkart. The most common Ola cabs which we use, Swiggy, the foods which we enjoy. All these are just apps which brought the knowledge together, which made our lives very easier. These were the things which were really, the people who invested their money or knowledge in all these fields really got a greater returns. Now, if we think today, if all these things can give a better results, then definitely it's a question mark, because those market is already, we have all crossed. There's some other trending market which is coming, the most upcoming. That's none other than cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is the next real trending market which we are going to look in with the other next 10 years. To more detail about this, we'll have a look in this all this session. Now, as I said, we all had a traditional investments which I listed before. Let me give a small comparison with all these traditional investments with the cryptocurrency. So let's assume in 2016, we have invested in bank around 1 lakh rupees, right? A 1 lakh investment in bank. What was the yield by 2020 third quarter? It is around 1,37,000, where the yield is around 37%. A good percentage, right? If comparative to gold, if we had invested 1 lakh into gold, the yield is 1,69,000, where we are getting a 69% of profits. If most of them had also invested in land, a comparative of all the lands, okay? There are few lands which have got a better yield and worse yield. In common, if we are someone, we have invested around 1 lakh in the land, it's almost giving us a return of 3 lakhs, which we are earning 200% of profit. That's a pretty good one, which our parents or our grandparents have done. Now, next, the market which we saw here, I've taken the comparison of shares Sensex of India. So around 1 lakh investment in shares, which was Sensex was around 26,400. And today it's around 1,49,500. So the yield is 49.5%. The same thing comparative with cryptocurrency. In 2016, let's assume somebody had called us for the same sort of a session, and we people came to know about cryptocurrency and invested around 1 lakh on Bitcoin. Then what was the return by day? It is 16 lakhs. So 1,700%. Is it unbelievable? Friends, this is the fact, and all the fact of this, you can Google it and verify it. There's no hide and seek. In all other parts, we really have to search for the buyer or seller, but cryptocurrency, it's a trade market. You neither need to search for a buyer nor for a seller. It's in all the trade market where you log in and do it. It's very simpler and easier. Just invest your time with more of knowledge. If the same cryptocurrency we had hold it with crypto with GCC Hub, the same 1 lakh would have been given a yield of 54 lakhs, that is 5,400%. Now I know you really love it. What is this cryptocurrency and what is this GCC Hub? I'll let you know once we know what actually the cryptocurrency is. Let me tell you a brief, which you all know, the evolution of money. We have studied in history barter system, right? Whenever we want something, whenever somebody has excess, we used to share it, give it in exchange. The same system was called as barter system. When barter system became difficult for exchanging, then came the evolution of gold coins. We started using gold as a medium for buying and selling another product. When the gold cost was higher than the commodity, what we really wanted to buy, it was difficult to exchange. Then came into existence the metal coins. Then the paper money, which we are all used to it. The paper money, the currency which we are all people are holding, the fiat currency, the most commonly called as. The paper money was also very easier for us to monitor, like buying and selling things were very easier. But things made much easier when plastic cards came. What is this plastic card? Debit cards and credit cards. This made our life much more easier because we need not carry money. We need not plan when we are going out to buy something. Just a debit or credit card which you are holding can increase your purchasing power without carrying a monetary fund along with you. Wasn't that the best thing that was invented? From people carrying for a plastic card, it moved to electronic money, a digital currency, which the most of us are very much used to it. The Paytm, Google Pay, MI Pay, Phone Pay, all these are digital money or electronic money. All these are used by fiat currency. These are used only across India, right, my dear friends? So once if you need to transfer a fund to any person who is known or unknown to you, we easily use Paytm, Google Pay, right? So it is very easy without carrying your money. Once we have the power of money in our account, will be easy to transfer as an electronic money. But let's assume if we are going abroad, any other foreign countries, not just Indians, any person who is moving around traveling to other different foreign countries, will my digital money, the electronic money which I carry as a phone pay or MI pay, Google Pay, will that be useful? Definitely not, right? Because each individual country has their own currency. But here comes the cryptocurrency where it's common. All over the globe, a common currency is called as cryptocurrency. So we'll know more about this cryptocurrency. Before that, let's know this evolution of internet. We all used to say before Christ, after Christ. But now our lifestyles have changed before internet and after internet. How has it changed? The most internet which we has changed. We used to wait for letters from our near and dears, right? For 3 to 4 days, a postcard, a letter card, a New Year card would bring us such a big smile on our faces. But today it's not that, right? It's very instant. Just within few seconds, that message has been transferred through emails, Gmail, all the mail formats. So the communication has become very faster once the internet has evolved. Similarly, our telephone, all these phones, once we have to call to our any of the near and dears, sometime outside the state, we need to book trunk call. Any ISD calls, we need to book the calls priorly. Are we doing this today? No, Wi-Fi calls, WhatsApp calls, we are able to see people on video calls. Today, even internet, which has made our virtual meet, we are not traveling anywhere. We are sitting in our home, house or office or the place wherever we are in. But still, we are all come together at one point with the help of internet and just technology. Similarly, the most common entertainment which we all loved in our childhood was video cassettes. Could we see these video cassettes now? Nowhere. Once now a small app, YouTube. Now anyone of yours can see any movie or any serial such whichever time we really want to. The similar product purchasing. Now we need not walk to any showrooms. Showroom is always in front of us. Once you are getting bored, you can just go to online shopping and buy whatever we want. Sitting at home, sitting at the same place, we are able to do this. Isn't this such a wonder? We used to have such a big books in our library, dictionaries, encyclopedias. Where has this vanished? We don't use them anymore? We are using it. We are using it in our smartphones. It's so simpler. Things have become more simpler and more easier as the technology is growing. People say the relationships are getting spoiled because of internet, but rather it's also bringing us together. Many a times if kids have gone to abroad, parents are in different countries, it used to take years together to see each other's face at least. But today with all the virtual meet or Zoom meet or WhatsApp video calls, we're all able to get connected to people. It's really brought us such a big relationship communication with each other. Many of us had lost contact with our school friends, but today we are back on Facebook. It's such a nice thing. We used to wait in the morning, early in the 6:30, we used to walk and go buy the newspaper to know what's going around the world. But today it's not at all. We are not even waiting for a second for the newspaper. We immediately get online news, that too, which is relevant to us, which we love to watch. Certain people like watching sports, certain people like politics, certain people like economic. So whatever we generally browse into, that's what comes in our blogs. It's so easier. It is very precise. Whatever we want to watch, we can just watch that. It's making us so easy. As the traveling meet, we need not travel anywhere. We are able to meet not just us. Many of the offices, many of the companies have bought their meetings. They have canceled their travelings. They have made the time very short. It's becoming so easy that we are getting communicated in the same place. Security people, we used to depend so much on security guards, everyone. Even now security guards are there, but the third eye camera is always on. It's so easier. A security guard can forget what he has seen, but the camera can never forget. It has been recorded. We have got an evidence. All this is possible because of an internet. If you are going out of your house for 3 months, 4 months on vacation abroad, even then the camera set around your house, you can watch from any place, any corner of the world, what is going around your house. That's the world has changed from the internet. Similarly, all these sectors we may use in a day or we may not. But there's one sector which we all are using very commonly in our daily life, whether we are a businessman or a household. One thing which has made one person to other person, if there is a monetary transferring, a transaction happening, then there's one common media which comes in between. Who is that? It's none other than banking sector. Today, the internet and technology has brought together a replacement for banking sector that's none other than cryptocurrency. This technology will give us a great future. So let me compare this cryptocurrency with the global turnover, which is most happening. In global industry, the top most turnover around the world is one common thing is oil, right, my dear friends? Oil is the highest turnover which happens. The second highest in the world is gold. Now let me compare the oil and gold turnover with the cryptocurrency, which we are going to talk today. In 2015, if we compare the oil, gold, and crypto, the oil turnover all over the world was $1.5 trillion, whereas gold is $157 billion. Comparing with the oil and gold, the crypto stands in the third place, $4.5 billion. The same comparison 4 years ahead. 2019, the oil turnover is $1.7 trillion. From 1.5, it has taken a rise of $1.7 trillion. Whereas gold from $157 billion, it has risen up to $175 billion. Whereas crypto, which was standing on the third place comparing with the oil and gold, has moved to second place with an increase of $267 billion. Friends, just looking in 2015, it was $4.5 billion. And now it is $267 billion. Crypto is taking a second place where the population of only 3% of the world's population is using cryptocurrency. With just 3% of the population using cryptocurrency, if today we are able to get it on a second place, presuming around 10% of population using by 2022, what would be the cryptocurrency? A crypto trade would take the first place. Crypto would move to $40 trillion, whereas oil to $2 trillion and gold for $200 billion. Just see the increase of trade on cryptocurrency. Isn't that fabulous figures? This is not said just by me. It's a global industry analyst, a group of analysts who always take so many surveys and then give this report. It is the report given by them. All this report, you can just Google it and get verified. After saying so much about cryptocurrency, I'm damn sure you'd really wonder what is cryptocurrency. The 5 W's will be kicking your brains, right? What is cryptocurrency? Why do we really need cryptocurrency? Where did it start from? Who was the one who has really invented cryptocurrency? When did this all history begin? Friends, I'm damn sure, let me answer all these questions one by one to you. Now, what is a cryptocurrency? A cryptocurrency is a virtual or a digital currency. As you can see, a rupee or a dollar or a yen as a currency, as a fiat currency, which you can touch, you can feel. This is a completely digital currency. It's a virtual currency. So the currency is neither seen nor you can touch and feel. It's only in the format of digital. It is a decentralized currency. We call this cryptocurrency as a decentralized currency because it is neither controlled by any of the country or any of the organization. It is distributed with the public and the public is going to decide the price of this. So no centralization. It is also called as borderless cryptocurrency. Why is it borderless? If you look in India, we use rupee. In Europe, it's pounds. In US, it's dollars. Will I be able to carry my rupee and make a payments in US? Definitely not. Will any European come over here and make a payment in pounds? Definitely not, right? He has to convert his currency, but cryptocurrency is not that. Cryptocurrency is a universal currency. It's worldwide accepted. Cryptocurrency is very fast. The transferring of cryptocurrency is very fast than the fiat currency transfer. It's also called as global currency. Why is it global currency? Because it's borderless. All the countries together, one currency, that's why it's called as global currency. The main backbone of a cryptocurrency is based on a blockchain technology and a distributed public ledger. What is this blockchain technology and distributed public ledger? Let me give you a small example, a small story. Now let's assume I'm going to a shop. I would like to buy a product. Now I want to make my payment. I just give them my debit card or a credit card. What does the shopkeeper do? He will just swipe and check whether I really have a balance. How is that getting checked? It's getting checked with my ledger account at the bank with the server whether I do have a balance or not. Once the server accepts, yes, they do have a balance, then the amount is getting transferred. This is what happens in a regular system of banking. Now let's go to the blockchain technology in cryptocurrency. What is it happening? The same procedure, the same you're paying a product. Now the shopkeeper checks whether I really have a balance. Now here he is not checking with one bookkeeper, like one server where the bank has, but rather it n number of blocks or n number of bookkeepers. The bookkeepers are none other than the people who are using the same cryptocurrency. So all these transactions or all this ledger's data is being encrypted in, all this data is being stored in the form of blocks with the n number of users, which is called blocks. The blocks are none other than computers. So it's checking with all the computers. And then it's giving an answer, yes, they have it. They do have a balance, and then the ledger gets transferred. Instead of getting checked at one server point, it's checking with almost around 10,000 systems and then giving an answer, yes, that is what is a distributed public ledger. So it is much more safer, where there can be no hacking. It is very transparent, and it's very easier. Now, maintaining this has helping a bank transaction charge reduced. Now let me compare with this a fiat currency with cryptocurrency. The most commonly which we are using is fiat currency. Now let me compare the fiat currency with cryptocurrency. How is it different and how it makes our lives easier? The transaction time which a fiat currency takes to transfer from one account to another account in abroad. I'm not saying for Indian accounts, for abroad accounts, from one foreigner to other foreign account, it takes around 3 to 4 days. But in cryptocurrency, it happens in the same day within few minutes. Whereas the charges, if we are transferring around 1 lakh rupees for any of the foreign countries, the bank charges is around 1,428. Whereas if we are transferring on a cryptocurrency, it's just going to be one SMS charge. Safety wise, fiat currency has a high risk. Why does this has a high risk? Today, whatever the currency notes we have, many of us don't even know whether they are real or fake. If you are going to some other country, we really don't know whether those currencies are real or fake. So it's a high risk. Fiat currencies has a high risk. Whereas cryptocurrency, there is no risk at all, because there cannot be a fake currency. It's completely digital. The value of the fiat currency decreases, whereas cryptocurrency increases. A small example for fiat currency decreasing is, let's just presume around 2 years before, if you're going for a family day out, probably for a movie and a dinner, you would have spent on 500 to 700. But what is today's price? Even 2,000 rupees is not sufficient, right? So we are going for the same movie or same dinner with our family, but still the commodity what we are buying is the same, but the currency what we are paying is high. So do we mean the commodity price is increased or the currency price has decreased? Obviously the currency price has been decreased. It has got various factors for the currency's price to be decreased. One is government, political, economic conditions, more imports, exports. All these are related of for our currency price to be inflation or deflation. There's so many things, right? But in cryptocurrency, it's not so. The chances of increasing is very high just because it is distributed among the public. One, the demand is high and the supply is limited. As in any fiat currency, it has been produced or it has been published by the country and a central government, right? In India, if you take the RBI is the one controlling the currencies, and whenever the currency is to be printed, it is the government and RBI takes the decision and the currency gets printed. Whenever there is a currency printing happening, then definitely the value of the currency is decreasing. The reason behind the circulation of currency increases, then the value decreases. Whereas in cryptocurrency, it is predefined. On a system, it is being digitally, it is predefined that these are the number of currencies where you have. So once the supply is limited and the demand increases as the number of users increases. After knowing so much about cryptocurrency, you really want to know who was the first person. The first cryptocurrency, the mother cryptocurrency is Bitcoin, which was being invented in 2008 by Mr. Satoshi Nakamoto from Japan. He totally designed for 21 millions of cryptocurrencies, where he holded as a royalty as 10 lakh Bitcoins for himself. Now let's see how the government or foreign countries are looking at cryptocurrencies. In many countries, cryptocurrency is used as a digital asset as well as a tender currency. That means you can just hold them as an asset like any other asset like gold, silver, land, shares, car. All these are an asset form, and similarly, cryptocurrency can also be held as an asset and can also be used as a tender currency like US dollars, pounds. They can use also cryptocurrencies as a currency. So for buying any product, you can pay through cryptocurrency and buy the products. But in India, it has been said we can hold them as only as a digital asset. What do you mean by this? As any other assets that we are buying, as I said, you like gold, land, or car, all the properties, whatever the assets we are buying, similarly, cryptocurrency can also be held by us as an asset, but we are not supposed to use them as a currency. It's very simple. As one example, let me presume that you are going to buy a new house. Now you're falling short of money and you have a gold. You can't pay him gold and buy a land or a house, right? You really convert the gold into cash and then pay him. That means the asset is being converted to fiat currency and again another form of an asset. Similarly, if you are going to buy another form of an asset, cryptocurrency is a form of asset which you need to convert it into fiat currency, then buy another asset. Now, knowing about this asset, now you would really want to know where can you buy this asset, right? Don't mind your dear friends. We have got many authorized cryptocurrency exchange markets in India. Bitbins, Local Bitcoin, Vazirix, Zeppay, Gaiotis, CoinDCX, Remitano, Biocoin. All these are various cryptocurrency exchange markets which are working 24/7, 365 days. So any day, any moment of time, you really want to buy a cryptocurrency, all you need to do is go to this website, register your account, link your bank accounts, then start buying any cryptocurrency at any point of time. For all this registration, you need not even walk into any of these currency exchange market. All you need to do is sit in front of your smartphone or your computer, have an internet connection, just do your login with linking your details, and then you start buying cryptocurrency. Such a good thing, right? One smart girl, a 18 years girl, Harshita Arora, has got an Bal Shakti Puraskar award from Mr. Modi, our Prime Minister. Friends, there are so many updates about cryptocurrency. These are few newspapers which have said in India how you can hold the cryptocurrencies, which was talk of the market during the month of March when the cryptocurrency won the won the case in Supreme Court where we can hold cryptocurrency as an asset. These are few newspaper ads which I have just shown you, like Dinamalar, Dinatandi, and Bitcoin.com, CNBC, Dinakaran, CoinDCX, The Hindu, India Today, Economic Times Markets. These shows that we can buy cryptocurrencies and hold them. Now, after knowing a blockchain technology, many of the states have started using blockchain technology across India, like Andhra, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu. They have started using blockchain technology for various sectors, like for EB, electricity board, so that the electricity board, when it's getting transferred from one tower to another tower, one station to another station, how much is it getting transferred? What is the usage? What is the wastage? All these things are being bought in blockchain technology. One of the most thing, the site registration. There are many a times when you have gone for a site registration, there are two documentation, two owners. To eradicate this, Andhra has taken a step that all the site registrations, land registrations will go on blockchain technology, where it is so trustful that you cannot have a duplication. There are many other sectors where the blockchain technology is bringing in our India also. I can say whenever something is getting into our school studies, then the really that is the most upcoming, right? In economics books of 12th standard kids in India, you can see kids studying about blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin. Even engineering students are studying about blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies. All these is the most upcoming. We have got various courses now about blockchain technology. If you just Google, you have n number of universities across India where they are educating kids. How this blockchain technology useful? How is it? In Tamil Nadu, it is also called as Namikainayam. India is planning to have a future voting system in blockchain technology. Once this is on, friends, you will not walk to any of the voting centers to vote. You'll just sit at your home and make your votes being in your place. And the most thing is the Indian government saves amount, crores together of funds, because you need not have centers for polling booths or anything. You can sit at home and do the voting, and there cannot be a fake vote also in this. Many of the banks have already started that back-end operation works using blockchain technology. These are the few, like ICICI, Axis, South India, S Bank, RBL, IndusInd, Kotak. There are many other banks which are also joining for using the blockchain technology. Indian government has getting into Indian blockchain agri-tech partner with government and onboard farmers. The world updates of blockchain, there are only few which have been listing, like Google goes blockchain and new deal opens Azure to crypto. Amazon patents blockchain-based platform for product authenticators. Vodafone will connect energy producing devices using blockchain. Alibaba to develop a blockchain-based platform for China's biggest merchant port. Japan's largest home builder using blockchain technology. Russia will use blockchain for voting. Central Bank of Saudi Arabia transfer funds using blockchain. Blockchain is the fastest growing fintech industry in Hong Kong. Friends, all these are only few newses which I am sharing in front of you. Once you Google about world updates of blockchain, you will get n number of organizations or n number of countries which they are bringing blockchain into the various sectors. After knowing more about this blockchain and cryptocurrency, I'm damn sure you really want to know, is there any people who has really invested money in cryptocurrencies and made some money? There are n number of people, but still I'll list out few of them whom you're all aware. Mr. Bill Gates from Microsoft, Mr. John Davidson, CEO of McAfee Antivirus, Mr. Richard Branson, CEO of Virgin Groups, Mr. Vikram Pandit, ex-Citigroup CEO, Mr. Ratan Tata, a Tata Company CEO, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, the famous actor. All these famous leaders or idols, legends who are also a part of the investors in cryptocurrencies. They already invested and have made a very good returns for their investments. In India, we always believe Tata Company is so trustful, right? Now, Tata is also coming with smart squad solutions for investments and cryptocurrencies. So So whenever you look in any MNC companies are coming and forward in any of the sector or a field, then that is the booming industry, my dear friends. That is a hint. Now let me go to the Bitcoin history. As I said you, it was started in 2008. The Bitcoin price was rupees 40 paise. In 2010, it was around 2 rupees 40 paisa. In 2011, it was 1,364. In 2016, it was around 60,000. Now in 2020, it's wavering from 8 lakhs to 9 lakhs. Now, if I say, let's all sit in a time machine and just go back in 2010, and would you like to buy Bitcoin? I'm damn sure everyone would have raised your hands and say, yes, we do want it, right? If someone had really said us about Bitcoin and asked us to invest in Bitcoin around 24,000, so today it would have been valued for 800 crores. Now we really feel, yeah, things just passed in my front of my eyes 10 years before, and I just missed it out, right? Now we say, yeah, how did I miss this? I didn't get this opportunity, right? Better late than never. Now let's think on investing on another cryptocurrency named Beldex. Its approximate price is 7 rupees in the market right today. So I'm sure when I've said about Bitcoin so much, now why Beldex? When I've spoken about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, now why am I talking about Beldex? Why do you need to buy Beldex, right? Let me give a small comparison for that. As I said these telephones we are not seeing anymore, right? Because it's been upgraded to smartphones. Similarly, the typewriters which we all used for any of the documentation, today it's nowhere because it's been upgraded to computers, printers. Similarly, a Bitcoin was in 2G technology which was brought in 2008. But now, 2018, Beldex has come with a 5G technology. Let's have the updates of what it is. Now let me compare the Bitcoin with Beldex. The transaction time for a Bitcoin to transfer from one person to another person's account is from half an hour to 1 day, whereas Beldex is in a lightning speed. The moment you transfer, the opposite person's account has been credited. Similarly, the technology-wise, a Bitcoin is an open source technology, whereas Beldex isn't privacy enabled. What do we mean by this? Open source technology is something like this. From your bank account, if you're transferring somebody 1,000 rupees and the opposite person is able to know what is the bank balance in your account, would you like them? Bitcoin is an open source. Similarly to that, once a Bitcoin has been transferred from one wallet to another wallet, people who have more knowledge about all these transactions and blockchain technology and things, they are able to trace out what the balance they do have through the transaction ID. But Beldex has come with the next one, the privacy enabled coin. The transaction fee for a Bitcoin is up to $3, whereas Beldex is charging $0.001. Utility-wise, Bitcoin cannot be used as an utility coin as the transaction time is half an hour to 1 day. Whereas Beldex, since it has got a lightning speed, we can use them as an utility coin. Now, when I spoke to you about Bitcoin and Beldex, now you won't like to know whether Bitcoin was the only coin after which the Beldex has come. No, my dear friends. There are many other cryptocurrency which has evolved and which has already been in existence. Here I'll list you a few top 10 cryptocurrencies. Among one is the Bitcoin. As you can see, in 2013, a Bitcoin was approximately one coin was pricing around 55,000. If it is in 2014, it was 60,000. In 2015, it is 18,000. Again, in 2016, 30,000. 2017, it is 70,000. 2018, it is 10.5 lakhs. In 2019, it is fall down to 2.63 lakhs. And now again, it is 8.4 lakhs. The graph moves up and down, right? Similarly, every cryptocurrency graphs moves up and down. If you see similarly, the Ethereum, which was started in 2016, it started around 181 rupees, whereas today it is 29,000. But in between, there was a high, there was a low, everything. Similarly, Tether, XRP, that is a Ripple coin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Stellar, Monero, Dash, Binance, All the cryptocurrency which has come to the cryptocurrency exchange trade markets will have a point of cooling period, and again the graph as a share markets ups and downs. Similarly, every cryptocurrency will have this. Now, after knowing about this, let me tell you the power of Beldex. As I said it is not the only cryptocurrency. There are more than 5,000 cryptocurrencies which came into existence, but out of that, only 2,851 cryptocurrencies are in cryptocurrency exchange market. Whereas Beldex coin within a span of just 2 years has taken a ranking of 228 rank because of its upgraded technology. In proof of work, it is one form of a technology where total number of coins, we have only 502 coins which has got proof of work. Out of that, 33rd is the rank holding of a Beldex coin. In proof of stake is another technology where we have only 394 coins. Out of that, the Beldex ranking is 32. Masternode coins, we have only 185 coins, whereas Beldex ranking is 8th rank. Privacy enabled coins, we have only 89 coins, and one among them is Beldex, or it stands in the 12th rank. Such a beautiful one, right? Whereas if you see as a privacy coin, masternode, proof of stake, all this, the Beldex stands in top 4 coins. Let me have the tokenomics of the Beldex. The total supply of Beldex coins is 1.4 billions. A pre-sale and public, as which is already with the public, is 60%. Bounty and airdrop is the promotional activities for which they have allocated the coins is 10%. The team and advisors is 20%. The reserve tokens is 10%. Friends, by seeing the allocation of the coins, you can really easily know this is decentralized because the company does not hold the higher currency. It's with the public. The more currencies is 60% is the public, and bounty and airdrop is 10% again, which is going to the public. So 70% of the cryptocurrency is being held by public, whereas team and advisor will hold only 20% and reserve tokens of 10%. The main features of Beldex, as I said it has got 5G technology. It's called as it also has an AI technology, that is artificial intelligence technology, whereas human brains has an intelligence. Similarly, a system also has an artificial intelligence technology. The third one, a crown to an Beldex coin, it is Sharia compliance certificate. The only cryptocurrency which has got Sharia compliance certificate. This would help even bringing in the Muslim investors, because in Muslims they have believed that only if it is based, it accepts the Quran, whatever the religion is saying, only then they invest. So it is also complying with the Sharia compliance, where you can also have the Muslim investors who will love to invest in cryptocurrency. Beldex has its own exchange, which is already on live. It has also got an AML certificate, anti-money laundering certificate, which assures that the fund which has been raised through Beldex cryptocurrency is not being used for any of the malpractice or terrorist activities. Such an important thing which all the certificates has been a crown for Beldex. They're also talking with Mongolia for their complete ecosystem where Beldex coin is going to be used. After knowing so much about cryptocurrency, Beldex, I'm damn sure now really one thing is scratching on your brains, that how do I buy this Beldex, right? There are 3 cryptocurrency exchange markets where Beldex has been listed. 1, BTC Alpha, 2, STEX, 3, IDCM. Through all these cryptocurrency exchange markets, you can buy and sell Beldex. Friends, as I said you can buy any number of cryptocurrency of Beldex that you wish, and you can sell. But when I show you about all the top cryptocurrencies, a trade where the price is up and down, there is a rise and there is a fall. There is a graph, right? Now this graph is being protected for us by GCC Hub. As I said in the very first, A cryptocurrency asset has given a yield of 1,700%, whereas holding a cryptocurrency in GCC Hub has given a yield of 5,400%. What is GCC Hub? GCC Hub is a global crypto community who is also a pool miner. Here, holding a coin, cryptocurrency of Beldex as an investor in GCC Hub gives an additional income. Apart from just an investment opportunity, GCC Hub is also giving us a business opportunity. So why do I need to hold a Beldex cryptocurrency in GCC Hub? The benefits of holding the coin in GCC Hub. One is taking option, that is holding the coin as an investor in GCC Hub. Like any other company who is giving a dividend on shares, who is giving a bonus share to his employees, like a Binance exchange who is giving a staking option. Similarly, GCC Hub is also giving a staking option where you can hold your Beldex cryptocurrency in GCC Hub and get benefited. The second boon, the second gift which has been given by GCC Hub is an affiliate. What is this affiliate? Just as you get any cashback vouchers from Lifestyle, Nykaa, Swiggy, Olo, similarly, GCC Hub is also giving an affiliate bonus. The third one is a cashback voucher. Like any other companies, as the famous believe HDFC Bank, Paytm, SBI, HSBC is giving us a cashback voucher. Similarly, GCC Hub is also giving us a cashback voucher. So these are the benefits of holding Beldex cryptocurrency in GCC Hub. Now let us have a detail of what this staking is GCC Hub. We have two different plans of holding cryptocurrency Beldex in GCC Hub. One is a regular plan, a fixed. Now let me describe the first about fixed plan. A fixed plan is holding a crypto Beldex coins for 12 months. Let's assume that you have invested for 10,000 coins, presuming a rate of 7 rupees approximate. So you are investing 70,000 rupees. So 70,000 rupees where you buy a 10,000 Beldex and holding it like putting an FD. In simple words, like a bank FD, you are putting a staking in GCC Hub. You have been getting a maturity of 15,000 coins, 150%, my dear friends. You are investing 10,000 coins and in return within a span of 1 year, you are getting 150%. Even banks, you just 6 to 6.5% is the return which we get. But in cryptocurrency, investing and holding the staking in GCC Hub, we are getting 50% of coins extra. We are also getting a cashback voucher, a bonus coins of 10,000, which can also be redeemed. So the total yield is 25,000 coins. So for investing on 10,000 coins within 1 year, I'll be getting 15,000 coin as an investor. And if I use the cashback voucher of another 10,000, then I'll be able to make a 25,000 coins worth, whereas my investment is only for 10,000. And other option is a regular option where it is for an 18 months tenure. The maturity is 13,500, which is being divided by 18 months, and every month you are being credited to your account 750 coins per month. So investing at 10,000 coins in a regular plan, every month you'll be able to get 750 coins into 18 months. So the total yield is 13,500. For this plan also, we are getting a cashback voucher of 10,000 coins. So the net yield is 23,500. The average price which has been worked out. As I said we have invested 70,000 today for 10,000 coins, whereas on the maturity, I'll be getting 15,000 coins, whatever the price may be. So for an average price, what I have invested for 70,000 on maturity, I'm getting 15,000 coins. That is the price per coin would be around 4 rupees 66 paisa. So this is the real boon which we are getting from GCC Hub. Now, as I said, any cryptocurrency graph goes ups and downs, even there is a small decline, GCC Hub is supporting us. GCC Hub is holding us in its palm and giving us the benefit even if it's been declined to even 6 rupees, 5 rupees, even then we are not going to make any loss. We are still moving out with a profit. If it is on an increase, then definitely the double of the amount. This is on the negative side, which I'm just focusing and letting you know. On the second hold, let's presume that you have also utilized your cashback vouchers. Then for 70,000 coins, which we are getting is 25,000 coins, the coin price per coin price, which you are paid would be really 2 rupees 80 paisa. Isn't this amazing? Friends, to know more details about the cryptocurrency like Beldex or any other doubts, how to use this business opportunity, how to utilize this bonus coins, don't leave the person who has referred you to and made you to ask and attend today's meeting. He would give you all the details like how best you can utilize this cryptocurrency Beldex and how you can really make a very good return. Friends, nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity. This is a wonderful and beautiful opportunity which is in front of you. So please don't miss them at all. Whatever doubts you have, please make a note on a paper and a book. Get all your doubts clarified from your referral. If this meeting was being said to you by any of your friends, relatives, please do knock his door. Ask him get clarified all your queries. If they are not able to answer you, they'll definitely connect it to their seniors. They'll get all your answers, all your queries cleared. Then go start investing. And if any of you have just got a forward message, then definitely knock the person who has forwarded you this message and asking for the more details. And thank you for my dear friends for giving me your precious time and listening to me for this session. Thank you once again. Thanks, Rashmi.
Ma'am, kindly stop sharing. Ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
It was
Okay,
very
Bhavna.
excellent presentation, ma'am. You have given a clear knowledge about this technology. Friends, as I said in the start of the session, ma'am has given a clear knowledge about this new technology. I believe that you all understood, but if you have any doubts or clarification, you can call the person who invited you. And it is not a compulsory to buy or join. Here we provided the knowledge of the technology. Always opportunities are around you. It's your wish to grab it. World are driving towards this technology. It's your wish to take it and get benefited. Thank you all. And thank you, Reshmi ma'am. It was nice. It was a really excellent presentation. I hope all understood and they'll call you back. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavna. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, my dear friends.